Okay, today is April 7th.
Something like that.
Yeah, April 7th, 2021. And I'm here with Ken Lotz again. And today we're looking at his 27 two-door sedan. Take it away.
All right, well, I started this car in 1975 or 76. And I laid out the frame. I built a square tubing frame underneath it and all that kind of stuff, rectangular. But it's been interrupted through the years by, life.
Yeah, life gets in the
Kids
way.
and projects for other people and all that stuff. So this has been a long time coming. But in 1975, I started laying out the frame. And what the car has, okay, I'll use this camera, is Jaguar XKE independent front and rear suspension. The front is 65 Jaguar XKE and the rear I think was 69. In 1975, when I first started doing this, I think the suspension was like $250.
Wow.
It was like nothing. I built this car for very, very cheap. It's torsion bar, front suspension, disc brakes, rack and pinion steering. The rear end is, as I say, also, the microphone is on that one?
Both of them.
Oh. The rear suspension, I think, was 69 XKE, which means inboard disc brakes, fully independent, coil-over suspension, sway bars front and rear, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, look, that exhaust is awesome. What are these things?
That's my rear bumpers.
Where's the other two that go down?
Well, you can see gearhead.
Okay.
Obviously, obsessed with cars. Always working on a car, under a car. So these are my feet. And the exhaust, which comes out in the middle, is another whole statement.
Which is pretty mean.
Anyhow, that's what that is. Now, when I first built the car, I built it with a small block Chevy motor, a 350, with a 400 turbo hydro. And later decided that that's just too ordinary, that's all wrong. So now...
Was that engine?
No, the engine that was in here is long, long gone. So now it's a flathead V8, which I think is much more appropriate for a Model T. And I'll take the hood off shortly, but I want to show you some of the stuff that's been done to the car. First of all, a two-door, 2627 Ford two-door sedan. The doors were really small. They were like that big. To here. And you couldn't hardly get in and out. You certainly couldn't get into the back seat. So I took out 5 inches, vertical slice, sectioned 5 inches out here, moved the B-pillar back, and added 5 inches approximately to the door. So the door is now much larger. I didn't like how the door window was maybe this big and the rear window was huge. It just didn't look right. So I did that. Also, I chopped the top, but I didn't chop the windshield. There's normally a V-shaped visor,
Okay.
and with a 4-inch header that runs across underneath the stock visor. I I got rid of that. So the windshield is not chopped. I simply removed the 4-inch riser. But the side windows are all chopped. 4 inches. I took out 2 inches below the rear window and 2 inches above the rear window. So the height of the rear window is still stock. What that does to me is the window sizes are but much better matched now. You don't have a huge, almost comical side windows. And, you know, a Model T had a lot of glass. I didn't want to lose the idea of a lot of glass, but I didn't like the cartoonish
top.
top, you know.
But it's really spacious inside.
Yeah, there's good room.
You could sleep in there. Oh, yeah, I guess I could.
Here. I don't know how the light is on this stuff. If this will show the interior very
Oh, I
well.
got a light. Keep going. Keep talking.
Anyhow, that's, trying not to get that front door light. So, anyhow, 5 inches vertically out of here, 5-inch added in the door, 4 inches horizontal chop. Then the other big deal is the front fenders, because the normal Model T was very much like, say, a 32 Ford or a 3031 Model A. It was a gentle slope in here and then way out in front. Well, with a small tire, the fender looked more like a teeter-totter than it did a fender. So I took the front of the fender down, and way down in here like a 28, 29 Ford. And then I also added just a little bit of skirt, like a 33 or 34 Ford would have, just to capture the front wheel better. And so the fenders are highly modified. The front fenders are highly modified. I got rid of the gas door. Normally flips up there. The gas tank is in the back.
So that's why there's more curvature there then, huh?
The curvature is about the same. It just doesn't have that large door that normally is on there to get to the gas tank. And on the grill, I put pie cuts here so that the grill is a straight line from here back to the cowl. Whereas on the stock Model T, these sides are parallel, and then there's an abrupt change
Oh,
from the
okay.
hood and stuff like that.
So you modeled, you changed the angle on that,
Right.
so it's all straight.
Right. A million other
That
things.
really shows up on this side here too.
And there used to be a great big rivet system in here, which I got rid of. Blah, 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 blah. The other thing is that,
No, they didn't have a deck like this on the T, did they? Did you?
oh,
make that
everything's
deck?
changed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is a
This is
completely.
kind of like this showroom that goes all the way back here. See how shiny that is? That's
Well,
awesome.
nothing is tremendously, it's not already super clean. But with the fenders humped up, see, collection braids.
Oh, and I was thinking L and R, like my shoes.
Anyhow, that's,
So, do those come with that?
what's that?
Those colors, do those come with the seating of the
Yes, really, they didn't come on these pebble. Oh, no, I had to make all this stuff, but yes, that's stock Model T, pebble pad. upholstery, I have pretty much formed the seats, front and rear, the side panels, the armrests, and
These
all
almost look
that.
like they'd come out of a Lincoln.
Well, these actually were a real early Mazda, as I recall, seat, but I added more bolster and blah, blah, blah. But the actual upholstery was all done by Louis Valenzuela out in Victorville. I want everybody to know that I didn't do the sewing. Oh, look at my top. Woody's used to always
Yeah.
have that. I just thought that's so pretty. And, you know, and stuff like the old Model T rear view mirrors and all the.
Yeah, with beveled edges.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep everything T-like, but slightly upgraded and stuff.
So, would you say this is terrific?
Okay, I didn't say it, you did, but okay.
So I had a couple questions on your door latches here. How did you, what door latches?
All of that stuff is stock Model T.
Really, this right here?
I wish I had changed it over to Bear Claw, but I didn't. So that's all stock Model T stuff.
Well, it sure seems solid. I mean, you wouldn't
Here,
believe
I
how.
want you to hear the thump.
That's a 120-pound door.
No, but it's got lots
It
of
sounds like it.
soundproofing stuff in it. Anyhow, that's my Model T.
So how does these feet tie into the name of your other side of life?
Garage. How does what?
How do those amplify the other side of life garage?
Well, I don't know. I never thought about it that deeply. It's just, I think I'm a gearhead, building old cars and stuff, always working on old cars.
And once you guys see this, he's all ready for 2022.
Oh, hell. You gotta think
Oh,
ahead.
when you built this, did you have a pink slip for it when you got it? How did you manage to get it licensed? Was that a big project for you?
You know, I don't even recall if I had a pink slip when I first got it. Here, let me show you a photo of what it started as. No, the light's not working. Okay, well, I'm just like my brother. That's me. Wow, where's the? Here is what I started with. Missing door, missing fenders, missing everything, but stock Model T, tiny skinny ass tires and everything else. But that was the starting point.
Wow. And we're underneath the lights. I'm gonna go out here and get this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get the that. That's the beginning.
But that's long enough, that's a long enough video. Nobody's gonna want any more than that.
Well, I have to edit it.
Yeah.
So, let me do this. There, make sure it's on. Yep, we're recording.
Oh.
Good.
Remind me to talk about the wheels when we get up to.
Oh, okay. I got this for that. rebuilt because it's kind of leaky. I don't want to go through it if you do that too, so I'm just going to fix it now.
No, that door's not closed.
Ah! Thank you. Come on.
See that? He popped the clutch, you guys.
Well,
Pop the clutch, Grandpa. Boy, this is sure a magnet for getting looks. So is this a 5-speed?
yeah. Yeah. Chevy S10 T5.
Well, the nice thing about living up here is that you hardly ever get out of second.
Yeah. I don't know that I've ever been in fourth. I get to third once in a while, but I certainly never get to fifth up here on the hill.
So you almost get the same feeling Frankenstein got when he built his monster.
It's alive! Model T, but I was riding around in my brother-in-law's 32 Roadster the other day, a week or so. Here, fourth gear.
Oh, a lot of torque.
Oh yeah, that's a flathead. Not a lot of power. Boils water real good. That's about it. Driving around in my brother-in-law's 32, and the difference in the ride quality was, I won't say shocking, but
The difference between the 57 and the El Camino.
well, I'm happy with how this rides. And
Well, hey, fix these bumps. You know, this is pothole city.
yeah, yeah.
When you were driving the El Camino, it was nice. You knew where the handle was, and you know, the door handle, and you knew where every pothole was.
This is where we live.
Yep.
Here, you want to get out? I wanted to
Yeah.
show you that. Talk to you about the wheels.
That's old man talk for it. I'm saying.
Yeah. The front wheels are really, really rare. These are the 15-inch Kelsey Hayes adjustable spoke wire wheels. These are super, super rare. I just love that I found them. Now, because in the day, all the Kelsey Hayes were 16 inch, but the 15s were like an option. And guys, I don't want to say a taxi driver, but it's maybe someone who wanted a smoother ride went to a 15 inch, and
Well, it allows you enough space for your disc brakes. You know, some of those 15-inch rims, you can't put them on a disc brake.
now the rears are a recent, I think it was Wheel Ventiques or one of them, I can't remember which. It's an 8-inch with a Kelsey Hayes bent spoke centers. I think that's a real pretty combination. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Pretty sweet, Ken.
Well, I want to do some pinstriping on it. Very minimal. I don't want it to be, overdone with pinstriping. Yeah, I'd like to just do a simple red pinstripe around this shape.
Yeah.
On the fenders, and then maybe a double red pinstripe along that line, which would have been very typical of the period.
Oh, really?
But I don't think I want to do much more than that. I'd like to paint the Ford in a brighter blue. If I can find the right guy, I'd like him to write Flathead down here in the same kind of typeface as the Ford logo. Also in the blue, I think that'd be pretty. But that's, yeah.
Now, on these lights,
Those are original. Those are 26, 27 Model T headlights with a more modern bulb and stuff in it. Oh, everybody needs to see. Old hot rod, you gotta have a squirrel tail.
oh, really? So that would be 2 squirrels on the car.
You got it.
Pretty nice, Ken.
That's it.
That's old man talk for I'm sore.
The front wheels are really, really rare. These are a 15-inch Kelsey Hayes adjustable spoke wire wheels. And these are super, super rare. I just love that I found them. Now, because in the day, all the Kelsey Hayes were 16-inch.
I was just going to ask you.
But the 15s were like an option, and guys, I don't want to say a taxi driver, but if maybe someone who wanted a smoother ride went to a 15-inch, and
well, it allows you enough space for your disc brakes. You know, some of those 15-inch rims, you can't put them on a disc brake.
now the rears are a recent, I think it was Wheel Ventiques or one of them, I can't remember which. It's an 8-inch with a Kelsey Hayes bent spoke centers. I think that's a real pretty combination.
Yeah, it is.
So, that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Pretty sweet, Ken.
Well, I want to do some pinstriping on it. Very minimal. I don't want it to be, overdone with the pinstriping.
So what would you be pinstriping? The fenders?
Yeah, I'd like to just do a simple red pinstripe around this shape
Yeah.
on the fenders, and then maybe a double red pinstripe along that line, which would have been very typical of the period.
Oh, really? Really?
But I don't think I want to do much more than that. I'd like to paint the Ford in a brighter blue. If I can find the right guy, I'd like him to write Flathead down here in the same kind of typeface as the Ford logo, also in the blue. I think that'd be pretty. But that's, you know, yet to come.
Now on these lights,
Those are original. Those are 26, 27 Model T headlights with a more modern bulb and stuff in it. Oh, everybody needs to see. Old hot rod, you gotta have a squirrel's tail, you know?
really? So that would be 2 squirrels on the car.
You got it.
Pretty nice, Ken.
That's it.
I'm gonna get my flaps. I got dirt all over them.
I don't trust that. There.
Well, this sounds like almost a Tesla launch.
Why? What do you mean?
Oh, when you hear the fan and everything. A lot of torque.
Fifth gear. Look at the RPMs drop down.
Yeah. But this corner's so bitchin'.
Jaguar suspension, front and rear.
Well, that's why we've always had a Jaguar